Oh, hey, welcome back to Nails by Stephanie. Today we are getting into structured gel manicures. I have Luminary here with me. This is a refill bottle. It is a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be when I purchased it online. It is 30 mil. The bottles are 10 mil, so it's 3 times what goes in here. And I also ordered it with this little pot so that you can either apply it from the bottle or you can apply it from the pot. What is structured gel, you may ask? I'm glad you did. Structured gel is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's made to build out the structure of the nail. Now, I have Gel-X tips on. They are a few weeks grown out at this point, and I tend to really file down my nails quite smooth to the point where it's almost indiscernible from my natural nail. I don't like the bulk of tips. They tend to widen my natural nail, and I like them pretty darn thin. So the problem with that is it somewhat compromises the structure and makes it more likely that they can, I'm not going to say that they can break, but they're not going to be as strong as if you just, continually file down the seam and gently backfill. Basically, all that's on the nail here now, aside from what's attached at the edge, the free edge, is regular gel. So I need to put that structure back in. Ordinarily, you would do structure nail on the natural nail, but I'm going to do it on top of the tip to build out the structure or rebuild out the structure. Now, there are different kinds of structure gels. Luminary systems are a multi-flex gel. Now, what that means is they say it's a combination of a hard gel and a soft gel. I don't know necessarily what that means to them. The problem with saying that they say it has the strength of a hard gel, but it can be soaked off. Hard gel, you can't soak off hard gel. Hard gel can only be filed off. The reason it being that the molecules are so tightly woven together that the acetone won't penetrate and dissolve the product. So it can only be soaked off. Soft gel, conversely, the molecules are further apart. The acetone can get in between and dissolve the product so it can be soaked off. So when it says it's a hard gel that can be soaked off, that doesn't make sense to me. So I will say, though, that I love the product. I've used it for about a year now. I need to clean the handle. It is a mite bit dirty. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to use for this video. Structure gels aren't just multi-flex gels. They can be builder gels, soft gels, anything that comes in a pot, in a bottle. There's builder in a bottle, there's builder in a pot. Some other examples are, if I can get it out of my drawer. If you've seen my videos before, you may have seen me use this base gel in a pot. It comes in 3 viscosities. I think Bio is the lowest, where it's more like a traditional base gel. You've got Mid, which is in between, and then you've got SIC, which is the strongest formula. It is a very thick builder gel consistency. You can definitely use this as a structure type gel. And then you also have, this is rubber base. I don't think rubber base technically is a structure gel. Grabbing a few other bottles here, different brands. Rubber base is a little bit thicker, definitely. but I wouldn't use it as a structure gel. It's just made so that you have a little bit more flexibility in your natural nail, so that if you hit your nail, it's more likely to bend than snap. So that's very useful. This is Builder Gel. It's from West Coast Dips. This one actually glows in the dark. I haven't used it on myself before, but I have used it on tips. And you can see between the two, let me get this one, between the two, the difference. This one's not really moving. I'm waiting for this one to drip down. Yeah, so now, because I didn't get that much on the brush, but it's a lot thinner. This one's not going to fall off the brush. I thought that would be more of something to see there, but there really wasn't. Anyway, Builder Gel is going to be thicker than your rubber base. It's more of a structure gel. Rubber base is just more of a protective layer. I think I could reasonably equate it to the mid-range of viscosity for the DGel's base gel. And then you've got fiber gel, which is also a structure gel using fiberglass. This is Manicure from Young Nails. Also, you can tell quite thick. It's going to give you that structure and help you build out a solid nail. You could probably use this on forms, paper forms. I have not done so. Any of these, aside from the rubber base, can be used on paper forms to build out a nail extension. I would not do so with the rubber base. And then you also have from iGel Beauty, this is their builder in a bottle. I do prefer the builder in the bottles. I do prefer using builder from the bottle just for the ease of application. It's self-contained. You can get more on the brush than if you use a flat tip application brush, but I am going to show you both means today. So with the Luminary Nail Systems system, it also comes with their primer and their top gel. Since I am using clear, I'm not going to use the top gel because I'm not doing the whole manicure with the structure gel. You could, it comes in various colors if you wanted to do that. I've just always used structure gel on myself in clear. I don't need this because I'm using Luminary. Because I don't want to have to do the structure every time I do my nails. If I do a structure gel that has a built-in color in it, and then I do another color on top of that, when I remove the color that's on top, I still have the color from the structure gel. And then if I want to do a sheer nail, or if I want to do a gel with slightly less opacity, you're going to see the color from the structure gel behind it, and that's going to distort the style of the nail. So I always do, or usually always do, my structure in clear. So I'm going to go in with my primer. I'm going to show you just on my left hand, because it takes me quite a bit longer on my right hand to do structure. I'm just gonna, this doesn't need to be cured. I'm gonna have to get another bottle of this soon too. I'm going to go ahead and do a second coat. You don't need to, it doesn't specify, but I like a little extra insurance. I'm just going to give it a minute to dry or to set up. Ordinarily, you would go in and do your other hand, and then by the time you get done, the first hand would be ready to go. But since I'm only doing one hand, I'm just going to give it a second. Okay, so I'm going to start first with the base in the bottle. So this is the product. I'm going to scrape some off on the opposite side. I'm just going to brush a thin layer up the nail. This is going to serve as a slip layer because gel self-levels. It likes to find its own level, and it does that by melding with the product that's already on the nail. You'll also want to have a liner brush so that you can help pull it into the side walls and down around the proximal nail fold or the cuticle line. And you'll want a cleanup brush and some acetone just in case you flood your cuticles. You'll also want a flash lamp so that you can flash cure each nail as you go. So I'm going to tip the bottle and get some extra onto the brush. And now I'm going to go in and place it a little up from the cuticle, and I'm going to bounce it on the nail. I'm going to push it down towards the cuticle and kind of rock it from side to side, making sure that I don't lose contact with the gel, and kind of just pull it up the nail, rolling my finger back and forth. If you don't have enough on the nail, which I don't, I'm going to dip back in. I'm going to push it back into the gel that's already there and continue up the nail. Now, since I'm basically doing a backfill at this point, I'm not going to pull it all the way up. I'm going to let it settle halfway and then lightly brush it towards the free edge. So I don't want to bulk up the free edge. Okay, so I'm going to let that settle a little bit, but I'm going to go in with my liner brush. I'm going to make sure that it's down close to the sidewall on both sides. Down at the cuticle. And then I'm going to make sure that it's completely even. You can tell by looking at the light line, there's not much wobbling in it. I'm just going to make sure that it's a smooth transition up the nail. I'm not pushing down into the gel, I'm just pulling along the surface to even it out. That looks pretty good to me, so I'm going to take my flashlight. I'm going to flash it. This one is from Makartt, but you can find the pin lights on Amazon as well for pretty cheap. I just like this one because I don't need to swap out batteries, I can just charge it. Okay. 10 to 15 seconds, that's all you really need, and then you can go on to the next nail, doing the same thing. Putting in your slip layer. The only problem with having it in the bottles is you can't tell how much you have left. I did just refill it, but I guess I didn't put in as much as I thought. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm missing a little bit on the side. So I'm just going to put a little dollop towards that end edge, and I'm going to pull it down. Okay, so if you're working on it for a while, you might want to tip your finger upside down. That'll help it level towards the apex and pull it away from the side walls. I did start to get a little bit of overflow, so I'm going to go in with some acetone and clean up. Okay, now I'm going to switch to the pot. It comes empty, but I added from the refill bottle. So now I'm going to use a flat application brush. This is not a great quality application brush. This is just something that I got off of Amazon. The application brushes I had all kind of got destroyed. I did not treat them too well, and I'm waiting not so patiently until I have the money to get nicer ones. But you just want to wet your brush, really get the gel combing through, and then basically just do the same thing that we've been doing. Brush the slip layer up the nail. Then you'll want to scoop a good amount up out of the jar. Bounce it on the nail and push it down towards the nail fold. Coax it up the nail. And then level it out. Just picking a little bit extra up with my liner brush and placing it where I feel I need it. Wrong brush. All right, last nail. And I will hazard to say at this point that I actually think I like it better in the pot, at least with this brand. I'd never used it in the pot before. I just got it the other day. And I like the application of it. I think it's going on a lot quicker. All right, so this one I'm not going to flash cure because this is the 5th finger. I'm just going to put my whole hand in the lamp for 60 seconds. And now we have one hand done with our Multiflex Structure Gel from Luminary Nail Systems. I really do like this product, it has to be said, even though I'm a little confused as to what a Multiflex Gel actually is. It's still a great product. It works very well. It self-levels very well. It's easy to apply, and it creates a great structured nail. So if you have any comments or questions, please put them down below in the comment section. I'm actually going to go and do the manicure for this hand first before I move on to doing the structure on this hand, because I don't want to have a tacky hand while I'm doing one hand. I rather, do each hand independently. So the next video will actually be me doing my manicure. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I've got too many things in my head, but go ahead and check that out when it comes out. Obviously, this will post first, but I will have all the information for the product that I used in the description box below, along with the other products that I mentioned that I didn't use in this video. If you have any comments or questions, like I said, please put them down in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See you soon.